The title for number 4 is Homesick, and I actually have a very specific kind of musical narrative connection here. So in this one, there's two outer voices that are always moving in contrary motion, and there's two inner voices that are always moving in parallel motion. And maybe this is a little bit silly or over the top, but I have this idea of homesickness, that it's kind of these two impulses that are going in different directions. On one hand, I think there's a part of us that wants to live our childhood forever, that wants to live the life that our parents might be living and basically go into their shoes. And then there's a part of us that wants to divide, it wants to go our own direction, it wants to explore, it wants to be adventurous. And I feel like, at least for me, those two parts are often creating a lot of friction against one another. And so there's these two lines in this piece. There's the outer lines that are going in opposite directions and the inner lines that are going in the same direction, representing those two kinds of impulses within each of us. So with this piece, the main challenge is making sure that each line has its own individual identity, its own character, its own direction. So I would definitely practice each line individually. Additionally, I practice those outer lines together and then the inner lines together. The thing that's really hard about this is that every other bar, just about, there's these kind of sighing figures. And you want to make sure that those actually have that sighing structure, even as maybe the other two lines are doing something a little bit more active. For an improvisation, this one's pretty hard to bridge into. So I'd recommend maybe staying with a really nice thin texture. You want to have a lot of warmth, just like the recording, and you probably want to have some kind of a slowly rolling eighth note feeling. A student asked me whether the outer lines are more important or the inner lines are more important. Everybody can make that decision for themselves. I guess personally, I feel like each line wants to have an equal weight. And it can be a little bit direct. It doesn't have to be pretty the whole time. There's definitely some, almost leaning towards strident dissonances in this piece. And I wouldn't shy away from those. I would bring them out and accentuate them, if anything. So that's it for number 4, Homesick.